Shalom, call law Yahawah Yahawashi by Shem Kakadash. Double honors to the apostles at Great Millstone that rule and teach well. That taught us this truth, the 100% truth. To the Akims on the four corners of this earth. Salutations to the brothers risking their lives each and every day on the highways and the byways throughout the four corners of this earth. And to the brothers and sisters tuning in for edification, come with another lesson. Hope this lesson will be edifying to the brothers and sisters and to the Akim tuning in. This is your brother Yahawah, come with another lesson. And this lesson is the light will continue to shine only if you stick on the path with the Yahawashi in this dark place. You know, because this is a dark place that we live in. You know what I'm saying? And this is another lesson coming back through the power of Yahawashi to feed the sheep. You know what I'm saying? And like I say, this place, we live in is a dark place. And this place is referred to Babylon the Great, which is AKA America. And when you look at the valley, you know what I'm saying? The valley shadow of the death, that's a low place, you know what I'm saying? And this is where we sit. We sit in a low place in this place, Babylon the Great. You know what I'm saying? And this is what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to wake up the sheep, you know what I'm saying? Because the mindset of these people, is in gross darkness, and we're waking up the sheep and the 1/3, the elect, so they can come out of this place. Because, like I said again, these people, walk around every day. Their mindset is gone. You know what I'm saying? They bugged out and they gone. They're in a dark place, and that's where we live, in a dark place in Babylon the Great. And when things get crazy out here, like right now, you do see the uproar of the people. You know what I'm saying? There's going to be it's going to be a point in time when there's going to be famine of the word. You know what I'm saying? And these people they going to bug out. They're not going to know what to do. And that's why I say this lesson, this title of this lesson is the light will only continue to shine on you if you stick on the path of Yahawashi. Because we know in this world, this is a dark place, you know what I'm saying? And without the power, the spirit of Yahawashi guiding you, you will basically be lost, you know what I'm saying? And we thank Yahawashi for the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, you know what I'm saying? That's important, especially living in this place, you know what I'm saying? And we need to be led through the spirit, by the spirit, not by the flesh. Because if you're led by the flesh, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna get overtaken. And only the stability of this time, you know what I'm saying, that we're dealing with right now, which is that wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. And let me get that in Isaiah 33, because that's a key ingredient, you know what I'm saying, to be able to move forward, you know what I'm saying? Having that spirit, having that stability of time, being able to deal with it, the times that we're in now, you know what I'm saying? And then we get Isaiah chapter 33, verse 6. And wisdom and knowledge should be the stability of thy times, and the strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord, Yahawashi, is his treasure, yeah. And that word stability is important right now. It's really important. And let's look up that word, the blue letter. Because the Most High is our rock, you know what I'm saying? And with the times that we're in now, we need to be knowing what's going on. And we need to understand. And it's the stability of our times to be able to get us through these times that's coming ahead. It's about to, be there, you know what I'm saying? And it's Amaranatha. Maranatha. Maranatha. So it's Strong's H531. And let me.
Strong's H530. Emunah. Emunah.
Maranatha. So when it says firmness, fidelity, steadfast, yeah. And then let me look in the online. Yeah, the online biblical usage was firmness, fidelity, steadfast, steadiness, because that's going to be through the power and the spirit of Yahawashi. You know what I'm saying? Giving us that faith to be able to endure through these times that we're going to be faced with. You know what I'm saying? To strengthen our salvation. You know, and the strength of our salvation is the fear of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Putting our trust in Yahawashi. So when times get tough, because times are going to get tough, who we going to lean on? We're going to lean on Yahawashi, because we fear the Lord, you know what I'm saying? And with this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, we're going to be able to deal with those times. We're going to be able to, walk according to this truth, to this word, to get us through, because perilous times is coming, you know what I'm saying? Let me get that in Timothy chapter 3:1, yeah. Because perilous times is coming, that we're going to have to be faced, that we're going to face, you know what I'm saying? And it's important, you know what I'm saying, to take heed, and listen, to this truth and allow Yahawashi to build your faith up, you know what I'm saying? 2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 1 from the top. And this know also that in the last days perilous times shall come. Yeah. So we know we're going to be put through some tough times, you know what I'm saying? And that's why we're going to trust in the Lord, Yahawashi, to direct our path, you know what I'm saying, to guide us. And it's all going to be led by the Spirit. So we know perilous times is coming, but these people here, man, that's in Babylon, they're not going to know what's going on. They're not going to definitely know what's going on. They're going to be caught off guard, you know what I'm saying? Especially through these times that they're going to be dealing with, because in this place here, we need to be able to allow our light to shine, and our light is only going to shine through the power of Yahawashi. You know what I'm saying? Let me go to Isaiah chapter 60, verse 1. Arise and shine, for thy light is come, and thy glory of the Lord Yahawashi is risen upon thee. And this is going to the hopefully elect, those out, pretty much out there, that's receiving this truth, hearkening to this truth, and putting their time in this word day by day, you know what I'm saying? And that's why we say, you know what I'm saying, it's important to hearken to this truth, Verse 2, for behold, the darkness should cover the earth, and gross darkness the people. Yeah. But the Lord Yahawashi shall rise upon thee, and his glory shall be seen upon thee. Yeah. Like the scriptures say, wisdom make a man's face shine, And the scriptures say wisdom is a gift, And you get that gift from Yahawashi, and you have to be thankful for that, you know what I'm saying? The fact that we're able to move on point through the Spirit, you know what I'm saying? And you know the reason why? It's because Yahawashi, the Lord is guiding you. It's guiding us, you know what I'm saying? Especially in a place like this, there's nothing but darkness, you know what I'm saying? And when you can understand and you can acknowledge and understand what's going on, and that's only going to be through the men of the Lord, you know what I'm saying? The men of the Lord in the 1/3. Rest of these people, man, they ain't gonna know what's coming, you know what I'm saying? Because they're putting their trust in man. They're putting their trust in Esau. And that's why we say we have to stay focused, you know what I'm saying? You know? Yeah, let me get that in chapter, because if there's no light in you, yeah, and I can get that in Isaiah 8 and 20, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, to the law and to the testimony, if they speak not according to this word, it's because there is no light in them. Yeah, so when you know these people are in gross darkness and they don't have the true understanding, wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of this word, what they're going to do, they're going to take hold and take heed of this light, and take heed of this world, you know what I'm saying? And when that time comes, most of these people, man, they're going to be scrambling for help, you know what I'm saying? Because like I said again, they're putting their trust in man. And this is going to be people, you know, in your family, your friends, you know what I'm saying? They're going to try to reach out to you, you know, to the Akim, to the brothers, you know what I'm saying? First and foremost, probably to me too. But it's going to be too late, you know what I'm saying? The reason why they're going to be scrambling is because, like I say again, when you read this verse here, to the law and to the testimony, if they speak not according to this word, it's because there's no light in them. It's because there's no light in them, you know what I'm saying? They're just lost, you know? They don't get the true understanding of this word, you know, which is important, you know, because this world has no light in it, you know what I'm saying? And the reason why is because our people is worshiping nothing but idols, you know what I'm saying? They'll rather, you know, receive the doctrine of these religions instead of receiving the true power of Yahawashi to guide you through the Spirit and receiving this truth and building their faith up. So when the time comes, they're going to be scared, you know what I'm saying? They're not going to know what to do, you know? And that's how these people are, is, you know, these people today. They're rather just lope around day by day, and then you know how Jake is. They wait till the last minute, but it's going to be too late, you know what I'm saying? And that's why we're shining our light in this dark place, you know what I'm saying? You know? Job chapter 12, verse 24, and he take away the heart of the chief of the people of the earth and cause them to wander in the wilderness where there's no way. Verse 25, and they grope in dark without light, and he make them to stagger like a drunken man. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And when things get crazy, like I say again, this is what the people are going to do, you know what I'm saying? They're going to be groping in the dark, you know what I'm saying? Lost pretty much, you know what I'm saying? Like a man is like been drinking and he's staggering, you know what I'm saying? He had too much to drink. That's what they're going to be dealing with. They're going to be in the darkness, and they're going to be wondering, you know, how can I, where should I go? What's the next move I should make? You know what I'm saying? And like I say again, you know how a drunk stagger, you know what I'm saying? To find some more money on the ground, they looking for the money, you know what I'm saying? But he can't get it is because they're in gross darkness, you know what I'm saying? And that's how these people going to be. They're going to be wondering, like, you know, what's my next step, you know? And the reason why is because they refuse this truth, you know what I'm saying? Instead of hearkening to this truth, they just said, well, we'll just, you know, accept this world, you know, this worldly way, you know, because that's how, you know, these people are, you know. They'll rather go to somebody else that's not in the light, and they'll go to somebody in the darkness. Yeah, let me get that, Matthew 15 and 14, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, the blind is going to lead the blind, you know what I'm saying, to a ditch, you know? And that's how these people operate. You know, they don't want to, you know, take heed. They don't care, you know? Matthew chapter 15, verse 14, and let them alone. They be blind leaders of the blind. And if the blind lead the blind, both shall fall into a ditch. Yeah, you know? And this is Yahawashi red letter, you know? Because these people are going to be these people are going to go to other people. You know what I'm saying? They're going to go to somebody like at their job, you know, a friend, or, you know what I'm saying, somebody like their pastor. And they're going to be looking, you know, to get for help, you know what I'm saying? Basically in the day of adversity and of affliction, in the day of trouble. They're not going to be able to withstand, you know, what's coming. And they're going to just bug out, you know? And these people they're going to be like, man, they're going to be looking for answers, you know what I'm saying? And they're going to be looking for the man in the Lord, but it's going to be too late. And that's when you're going to know the blind is going to lead the blind into the ditch, you know what I'm saying? Because they don't possess the light. They're in dark growth. They dark roast, you know what I'm saying? They don't have the light, you know what I'm saying? All the lights is off, and that's basically saying their spirit, you know what I'm saying? You know? But the elect, you know what I'm saying, they have that Wakakadash, you know what I'm saying, that Holy Spirit. And that's only through the blessing of Yahawashi, you know? And that's important to be able to be blessed with that and be thankful, you know what I'm saying? And what the scriptures say, blessed as thy eyes shall see. And these are the men of the Lord, you know what I'm saying, guiding them through the spirit and power of Yahawashi. Because when tough times come, that's what we're going to be leaning on. We're going to be leaning on Yahawashi. We're not going to be leaning on man, especially to be able to navigate through the straight gate. We're going to have to be able to be walking through the Spirit. And that Spirit is going to come from that Rakakadash, the Holy Spirit, through the power of Yahawashi. You know what I'm saying? And let me go to Baruch chapter 4, get a couple more scriptures and close out. This is going to be, you know, a quick hitter up. This is edifying, you know, because this is going to be important, you know, to someone that's not, you know, been someone that hasn't hearkened to this truth yet. It's going to be very important, you know what I'm saying, to come to the light and leave that dark, and leave this dark place that we live in, you know. Baruch chapter 4, verse 1. This is the book of the commandments of the Most High, and the law that endure forever. Yeah, you see that? And the law endure forever. All they that keep it should come to life. Yeah, you see that? All that should keep it come to life. And you only come through life through the power of Yahawashi. But such as leave it should die. Yeah. Because if you don't have this truth, you don't receive this truth, then you're not illuminated. You know what I'm saying? You know, verse 2. Turn thee, O Jacob, and take hold of it. Walk in the presence of the light thereof, that thou mayst be illuminated. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we strive for, you know what I'm saying? To walk, to be able to walk in the presence of the Yahawashi, to touch our spirit, to be in the presence of the light, that we may be illuminated, you know what I'm saying? And you have to seek this truth, you know what I'm saying? And you have to meditate on this word day and night, so you be able to flourish in a place that's nothing but darkness, you know what I'm saying? So you'll be able to let your light shine, you know, because that's what's important, you know what I'm saying? Let's go to Matthew chapter 5, verse 16, you know what I'm saying? You know, because this world is a dark place, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, and let our light shine. You know, start verse 15. Neither do men light a candle and put it under a bush, but on a candlestick, and give light unto all that are in the house. Let your light so shine before men, that they may see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven. Yeah. And like I said, we are commanded, you know what I'm saying, to let our light shine in a dark place, you know what I'm saying? And what is this dark place? Babylon the Great, aka America, you know what I'm saying? And men in the Lord is going to shine, you know what I'm saying? They're going to let their light shine in this dark place, you know what I'm saying? You know? Because it's important, you know? It's important to be able to let that light shine. And let's go to 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 4. But ye, brethren, are not in darkness, that the day should overtake you as a thief. Yeah. We must always be, on our watch at all times. So, what I'm saying, we won't be taken, by the thief, Verse 5. And ye are all children of the light. Yeah, we are all children of the light. And the children of the day. We are not of the night, nor of darkness. Yeah, we are the children of the light, not of darkness, Therefore let us not sleep as do others, but let us watch and be sober. Yeah, because like I say again, we're supposed to be on our watch, at all times, because that's important, Therefore let us not sleep as do others, but let us watch and be sober. Yeah. For they that sleep in the night, and they be drunken are drunken in the night. But let us who are of the day be sober, putting on the breastplate of faith and love, and for an helmet the hope of salvation. For the Most High have not appointed us to wrath, but to obtain salvation by our Lord Yahawashi Mashiach, who died for us, that whether we wake or sleep, we should live together with him. Verse 11. Wherefore comfort yourself together, edify one another, even as also ye do. Yeah. So we are the children of the light. The children of the day. Like I say again. And we must always be on our P's and Q's, man. Be that watchman. And if you are in the dark place, what we need to do, we need to let our light shine. We need to let our light be seen. Especially in Babylon the Great here. Always let our light shine. Because that's important. And let me get a couple more scriptures. Ecclesiastes chapter 8, verse 1. Who is as the wise man? That's a question. And who know the interpretation of a thing? A man's wisdom make his face to shine, and the boldness of his face should be changed. Yeah. And to receive this wisdom only comes from the power of Yahawashi. And to make your face to shine, and the boldness of the power is our spirit is being quickened. And that's what John 6:63. The spirit is being quickened to allow our light to shine in this dark place. John chapter 6, verse 63. It is the spirit that quickened the flesh. Profit nothing. The words that I speak unto you, they are spirit and they are life. Yeah. And this whole Bible, you have to eat this roll. It's life in it, Because in this world, you're going to receive nothing but darkness, You're not going to receive light. You're going to receive nothing but darkness. So let's go to 2 Peter's chapter 1, verse 19, and close out on that, Because day in and day out, you're always going to have things come at you. And the things that are going to come at us, we're not going to know. That's why you always have to be that watchman. And you have to let your light shine and allow other people to see that light shining in this dark place. 2 Peter chapter 1, verse 19. We have also a more sure word of prophecy whereunto ye do well that ye take heed, as unto a light that shine in a dark place, until the day dawn and the day star arise in your hearts. Yeah, and that place we're letting our light shine is in Babylon the Great, aka America. And that day star is Yahawashi. So like I said again, so we need to be thankful for Yahawashi that woke us up to this truth. Because we have to stay humble. And we give all praises to the Most High, for this wisdom, knowledge, understanding, to be able to let our light shine in this place, in this dark, evil, wicked place. You know what I'm saying? You know, so I'm I'm thankful, you know, and grateful for for Yahawashi waking me up to this truth. So I hope this was edifying. I want to give shalom. I want to get all praises, you know, to double honors to the apostles, that great millstone that rule and teach well, that taught us His truth, the 100% truth. To the Akim on the four corners, teaching His truth, risking the lies each and every day. You know what I'm saying, on the highways and the byways. And to the brothers and sisters tuning in for edification, come on another lesson. This is Dawadah. Shalom.